Hello, and yeah, welcome back. So what I was thinking is just reshaping some of this nonsense because it still doesn't look quite right. I think this needs to be real big. I'm just gonna pull this part up and maybe this part up as well, and maybe just kind of like bring the whole thing down a bit. And then we can sort of bring this all up a bit and bring this to a point. And then that gives this a bit more room. I can move that down and we'll move this like this. Alright, I know what's wrong. We need to curve this a bit. That's better. Which means altering sort of this area so that when the actually, you know what? We'll undo that and we'll redraw it in. Because at the moment it doesn't fit anyway. But I think that looks better. Yeah. I think it looks better this way too. Like it's all more symmetrical. Symmetrical? Streamlined. Well, it is symmetrical, but you know what I mean. So I duplicated the teeth, so that's all good. So we might just so we'll go into these teeth here and just give them a bit of character so that they don't look so plain, but that means giving them a bit more geometry so that we can do that. Cool. So we're just going to use the clay build-up brush and we'll probably put 3 teeth in each of these. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, maybe 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So we'll just cut these all the way along, even though you won't see that. We'll cut these all the way up. And yeah, now we just shape them to look like teeth a bit more. So we'll pull that out, and we'll put, I guess we'll yeah, so we'll just cut in like so, and just give these like the little teeth knuckle things. That, so they start looking more like teeth. We'll probably bring this to make it a bit more flat as well. You know, so that it's the mouth actually over the teeth and not next to it, I suppose. Cool. Okay, that looks good. So the problem I see is obviously this gap's too big. We can only make it so small, otherwise it'll join those gaps up, but we can play around there. That's probably the best we'll get until we have the opportunity to give it more geometry and sort of make it a bit better. The face is good, this is good. Alright, I think everything's looking good now. Alright, so there's a piece, before we get onto the legs, there's a piece that's gonna sit under here. So we'll add that, but it can basically be this. And we'll duplicate it. We're just gonna move it out like this and make it real skinny and not so tall. And we'll rotate it a bit so that it sort of follows this path here. And we'll put it back. It's not quite where we want it. So that's transparent. We'll bring it all out here. And up. So it needs to go under that carapace. Under there and I don't know, probably just under this one. So that's fine, we'll move the rest into spots. So we'll just, let's take symmetry off, we don't need that. Pop that there. And then move this so that's we can get the feet, the legs to go around it as well. Okay. We'll get a bit more geometry than 16, that's not enough. There we go. So just make sure this isn't protruding in the wrong spots. That looks fine. Awesome. And we'll bring it out a bit because it actually does connect to the sack at the back. Yeah, that looks cool. Awesome. So we'll save that, and yeah, well, I guess we'll leave it there. So now that that's all caught up, I'll be more mindful, I think, to keep everything to the day. As I said, I was out late Friday, and on Saturday I just fell asleep, I think at like 7 o'clock. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Hopefully you've had a good weekend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. For real. Alright, cheers guys.